All right, we just finished up a little plumbing job in here in Jackson, Missouri. This right here is the kitchen sink. We got a 2-inch drain coming up, 1.5-inch drain, or 2-inch drain. I always stub up 2-inch unless it's like a vent or something, but even then, typically I always come up to my slabs of 2-inch. Come up here, and then we have our drain on right here coming over, and then we have our vent. Real quick on this vent, it's really important. So let's say, why didn't I stub up right here under this window? I could have come up, teed out to my, teed over to my kitchen sink drain, come up with my pipe, and then gone horizontal, over, and then up. Well, the reason you can't do that is because you have to maintain a vertical vent pipe for 6 inches above the flood rim of your fixture. The flood rim is at the point that the water can, escape the fixture and lake onto the floor. So here would be the top of the sink, which is 36 inches off the floor. So I have to go 42 inches off the floor before I can go horizontal. If I'd come up right here, put a 90, gone through the wall and then up, what could have happened is if this had ever flooded out, that as the water flooded over and then up before, the highest part right here would be the flood rim. As the water drained back out, when the blockage is removed, you could get solids in this, trapped in this horizontal pipe. So that's the reason for the rule of you got to maintain 6 inches of vertical pipe above your flood rim of your fixture. So this is all Upador, grade A, clear PEX. All right, this is the first little bathroom group here. Vanity stub out. This is our 3-inch drain, so you don't have to have a 3-inch drain. A 2-inch would have worked just fine on this house for a main drain. Main vent. I apologize, main vent. But this is on a septic tank, so I like to give those septic tanks plenty of air. This 3-inch line goes up and out. Here is your P-trap. Well, we'll go over that. So Delta. I only use Delta. Actually, if people want something other than a Delta, I charge more because these are just so quick to install. All the parts are universal. Love me some Delta. Right here, you can see where I had kind of chewed that brace out right there with my paddle bit. The reason I did that was early on, when we were doing service work, we would come up on pinholes where a PEX pipe was pulled and kind of bent down into a wall cavity, and the vibrations of the pipe would eventually rub a hole in the pipe, causing a leak. So I always kind of drill that out and make sure I've got a nice gradual sweep to my piping anytime I'm making a turn like that. Drop ears, these little handy plugs, man, they're fantastic. Love them. All right. All right, so right here is our laundry room. So the code on this pipe right here is that you can have a maximum of 48 inches, and I think the minimum is 18. It might be 24. I'm thinking it's 18. There's a bunch of couplings here because this slab was ripped out. We had dried this, we had roughed all this in, then all the concrete. The contractors forgot to put wire in it, and then it was the grade was horrible. It was only like 1 inch thick out here. So they came in and cut all this floor out, pulled all the plumbing out of the walls. I had to actually start doing the electrical. Pulled all the interior walls out and ripped out all the concrete. It was a costly mistake. So you got your, and this is I don't know, not quite 48 inches. And then there's another rule here from your trap. You cannot be within 6 inches, or with a 2-inch, it's 3 times the diameter. So if you got 2-inch pipe, you can't be within 6 inches from your drain. So you've got to have a minimum of 6 inches from your trap to your stack. So this is 1.5-inch pipe, or if it's 3-inch, it'd be 9 inches and whatnot. So 3 times the diameter of your trap from the stack to your P-trap, or the trap weir. That's it. Okay, this is the utility room. So this house here is going to be on a well pump. So we have our main water line incoming here, and then this right here is capped off. I currently have the house under 20 pounds of pressure. Checking for leaks. Here's our pump controls. Manifold. That's the only thing I don't like about Upador is you just can't do a back-to-back coupling. But I guess it'll all get covered up in sheetrock. So, water heater stub outs. That's it. Got a double shower here. I always get square. I quit buying around years ago. Did a couple tile showers, and I did more than a couple, but used to do tile, and the square drains are worth every penny. So this is how I do my pressure test if I don't have water. It's just my little gas meter. I do 20. I'm about to drop it down to 15. I'll leave it on 15. So happens you don't have an extra handy plug. 3/4 line comes up here, 1 inch going to the shower. I try to never share a 1/2 inch water line. Like if I wouldn't come off of this line here and then run to a toilet or something else. I try not to. I only, a 1/2 inch water line only feed 2 lines. That's all I'll ever do on them. But, kitchen sinks. Okay. And that's it as far as the plumbing goes.